Hello everybody, Zeidoktor here, and today's episode of the Typical Manga Review is going to be dedicated to One Piece, Chapter 853, Not Here. And we're starting out with our cover page, which is Bartolomeo and Gambia from the Barto Club, telling tales of the Straw Hat Pirates to a bunch of turtles, and everybody, turtles included, are just bawling their eyes out at the awesome. Moving along, chapter proper starts in the treasure room, where Big Mom has subdued Brooke and is pretty much going all Elmira on her. Or maybe Abominable Snowman. I will love him and pet him and name him George. Anyway, she does find Brooke just absolutely adorable. Like he's alive, every part of him is still bones. And she was quite impressed with his fighting, too. Noting that the chest soldiers were absolutely terrified of him. To thank the Soul King himself, you're their arch enemy. Unfortunately, he was unable to defeat the other three specific ones: Napoleon, the bicorn hat that Mama wears; Zeus, the thunderhead, the big lightning cloud; and Prometheus, the sun. They're special because, as Big Mom points out, they're basically her clones. She's given them her soul directly, and the level of their soul is completely different. The chest soldiers have completed an investigation and searched around. There's nothing in the clothes, and there's nothing in the cylinder either that Brooke apparently had with him, so he wasn't able to steal a thing. So Big Mom's like, alright then, I guess everything's okay, Soul King. Sorry for suspecting you. Brooke meanwhile was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. But as they're leaving alone the Tamate box, even the rubbing of the poneglyph, there's no way I'd let any of that stuff get stolen from under my nose. If someone were to make off with those things and find their way to Raftel again, I'd look like an idiot, right? I won't ever make the same mistake I did back then with Roger. He used some strange power that involved hearing the voice of all things or something to read that damn thing. We've got our own ace in the hole that'll one day develop that same power, though. And, as if on cue, Pudding appears. Oh, my cute Pudding, I was just about to talking about you, and here you are. What's the matter? Did your third eye manage to achieve true opening? Come on, Mama. You know that's all you ever talk about. I'm half-breed, There's no guarantee I'll ever awaken such a power anyway. There's no denying that you've got the blood of that strange three-eyed tribe running in your veins. And Brooke is thinking that Pudding is a three eyes, which apparently is something he was aware of. Wasn't let on that we're acquainted. Pudding is also noting that the Bone Man made it all the way out here. Well, he's been captured. Should be fine. And it just occurred to me, Brooke doesn't know about her. Ooh, that could be something later, but moving along. Say, Mom, I want to talk to you about something, but it's a bit embarrassing to say here. Can we go to your room? Oh, yeah, sure, let's go. That's where we leave them. Meanwhile, on the third floor courtyard, Baron Tamago has become a bird. I wish I were a bird. As a manga reference, possibly also Japanese commercial reference, but I'm going to move it on now. Pedro and Viscount Chick, as he is now known, are fighting, and once again, Pedro bisects him. He's like sitting there like all Humpty Dumpty all over again. But this time, something else starts to come out of the yolk, and all the guards around were like, "What'll happen next? His next evolution, Count Chicken." How stupid! I'll listen. Like Pedro's like, "Yeah, no, I'm just gonna finish this off now." Hey, no, stop that! And then it's like from Baron Egg to Viscount Chick, and then to Count Chicken. Every time he breaks, he is reborn stronger. The Tamatama no Mi, which I'm not sure what it means offhand, unless it's meant to be an egg fruit. Duke Chicken is a true knight. Fear him. Okay, I just realized manga stream changed like between panels on the same page. Like it's Count Chicken, then Duke Chicken. All right. For you all, you'll be nothing more than stop just at his feet. I do not feel like waiting around. No, stop! Alright, ends here, I guess. At which point he pulls out a big old bunch of dynamite. Like, there's sure a lot of you soldiers clustered around here. It's decoy, I couldn't wish for anything more. At which point he promptly blows himself up. Of course, he's not actually dead because he's actually in the mirror world. Carrot and Chopper got him out. They're like, that was close. You're insane. You scared me, Pedro. Carrot's kind of berating him. Of course, Pedro's also surprised because who would ever expect being called from inside a mirror? And still, he managed to come up with a plan like that in barely a few seconds, so that's pretty cool. And now that they're inside the mirror, like nobody can enter or leave without Brule, so at the moment they're relatively safe, and they can save Sanji this way. With their diesel chariot, they're pretty much giving him, they're pretty much getting a rundown of what everybody knows, that Luffy and Nami got captured, and then that they're worried about Brook. Just hoping he manages to get a rubbing in that poneglyph. At which point, Carrot unveils her art, and you'll recall I was hoping before to see good art in a different style. I am not disappointed. It's like some kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be like shoujo style or because they've got all the flowery stuff in there, or if it's just like some like the old traditional Japanese style. But it's not bad, and apparently it's good enough for people to know who's who. And it's completely different. I am loving this. And with that scroll, she's asking the mirrors where everybody is. The long-haired girl just ran by me. Oh. And one mirror reports that the long-haired girl ran by that one, and she's with Jinbei. That's good. Meanwhile, Luffy is still rampaging, and they need like minister class backup on the third floor. It says third floor bomb, but it's like he's screaming and attacking just everybody in his path. But as he's getting too far, like her hand grabs him and pulls him behind a pair of doors, and it's Reiju. And she just like he actually slams into the wall in the process of like landing. Luffy recognizes him as Sanji's sister, so like, what was that for? I'm in a hurry here. You're looking for Sanji, right? He was here till you just missed me. He was here till a moment ago. We've been took by Pudding. Sanji's bride Pudding. She says he's gonna kill him. Then she notes Reiju's injury. Like, are you okay? Did you get hurt? And Reiju explained that she's fine. As for Pudding, Sanji already knows, and he's only just learned about it. Reiju's like, tried to convince him to just run from here, but Sanji's hung up on the hostages in East Blue and you all. He doesn't want you to be harmed. And Luffy's pretty much like, yeah, he knows the people on the Baratie too, and if they're really in danger, he'll even go to East Blue if he has to. He'll save them. He says this as his stomach is growling. Do you want something to eat? No! And Reiju's remembering his words from earlier, I'll only eat food you make. But at this point, Luffy's glad because Sanji knows about Pudding, which means he's not being tricked anymore. And everything besides that's already been done. So thanks, Sanji's sister. Now they're wondering where he's going, but Luffy's declaring that our promised place is not here. Which means he probably leaps out the window and runs off. Meanwhile, we're seeing Sanji somewhere else in the castle. Which means Luffy pretty much... Which basically means Luffy could have reunited with Sanji right then and there, but he left to go somewhere else. But whatever. Sanji's remembering the threat against Zeph. Like, you don't care if this man loses his head? Big Mom's telling him, as long as you just don't run away, everything will be just peachy, Sanji. But then he's also remembering Pudding's declaration of the Red Wedding. And how he pretty much just shouted out at them to go away. Sanji's thinking himself that there's no going back now, Luffy. And then Luffy crashes into the ground. It's like, something just fell down from the sky. Like, my house! And it's a person, but Luffy's like, I gotta wait for him at that place. And that's where the chapter ends. As Luffy declares he's going to go back to where he's going to wait for Sanji. And this is a good chapter. It's like this is one of those. I don't know if this really qualifies as an A to B chapter, but we are kind of like transitioning things along here. Like our other crisis has just passed out for the most part, and we're getting ready to build up to our next thing. So, like I said, right now the only people who are kind of unresolved are Jinbei and Nami. Because Pedro, Carrot, and Chopper are now all together, and they're in kind of a safe position. Luffy is relatively safe because he's broken out of the castle, and he's presumably going to go to the path where I'm not sure if anybody would even think to look for him. At least not actively look for him. Brook is kind of in the worst predicament right now, in Big Mom's possession. Like I said, she is seriously riding somewhere between Elmira from Tiny Toon Adventures and the Abominable Snowman from other Looney Tunes stuff. My own little bunny rabbit. That's what I keep thinking of right now. Well, one thing, like I said, I only just really thought about this while we were going through the chapter, but Brooke doesn't know about pudding. So if he tries to look to her for help, that could work out badly for him. So I'm wondering now if his own powers might allow him to see something in that case, or something else is going on. Not sure what's going on if he got anything from the stone though, because it kind of sucks the idea that he got busted without being able to claim anything. Then again, I saw at least one post suggest that maybe Brooke has actually got something stored inside of his head. I mean, something the size of what the poneglyph rubbing would be doesn't seem like it'd be big enough, or too. Doesn't seem like his head would be big enough, but you never know. Wonder what Big Mom was gonna do though when she tries to put him in a book, only to find out the books have burned and everyone's free. Cause you can imagine he's not gonna be happy. She ain't gonna be happy about that. I can dare to tell you now. Alright. So Luffy, like I said, Luffy could have just met with Sanji right then and there, but he's specifically going to where they promised to meet. I mean, I don't doubt for a second that Sanji will come to that same conclusion and do the same thing, just because that's how he is. But it all seems that as Rage pointed out, he's still caught up in the danger to his family, or to his family, his real family. The Straw Hats, the Baratier, hell, maybe even Kamabaka, much as he will never ever admit that. So, no telling if he's going to do this, if he's actually going to go to where Luffy is now, or it's not going to be till afterwards. Like, it'd be kind of interesting to see if everything here resolved without Luffy taking an active part going forward, but I don't see that happening. I mean, I think it'd be neat if everybody returns to Luffy at the space on the path and then gets the hell out of Dodge, but it's just not what I see coming. Meanwhile, we do get a bit of more insight into Big Mom's powers. It's like we kind of got the explanation before that most of the homies are just like sort of incidental. Like most of like the little bits of Big Mom's soul that run around have just kind of like gotten into things and given them life and intelligence. And those aren't very powerful, so Brooke can just like mess them up pretty good. Her hat, Zeus and Prometheus, however, are a whole different story. Obviously, like they're flat out able to just like I don't know what the hat can do, but at the very least they're all much more powerful and can resist whatever Brooke is able to do. So that could be a thing come later, and it does make sense because at least that means that Big Mom powers can't be totally countered. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. It's kind of funny that throughout all of this, Big Mom and Luffy have not yet come face to face. It's kind of an interesting thing to think about. And makes me wonder what'll happen when they actually do come up here. But for now, like I said, we're in kind of we've started up in transition mode here, so we're going to see. I think next chapter will definitely be a bit of an A to B chapter. We'll probably get caught up with Jinbei and Nami, see what there's going on there, maybe get some more explanation of upcoming stuff. Until that time, though, I'm going to call the review here. This has been One Piece, chapter 853. Not here, though it was here when I did review. It's just not there when they did. You know what I mean. Till then, like I said, we got My Hero Academia this week, and going to the back videos a little bit. Like I said, I put in a new little thing I'm trying out called Under the Radar. Right, talk about a series that, or in this case, a one shot that doesn't have like a whole lot of recognition. So, go in. So until then, like I said, we do the review for My Hero Academia now, and then we'll be good for the week. And then until then, bye-bye.